Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Love in Black and White, where each week Carlos and I will put the love back in you right. I'm one of your hosts, Big Irish J. Hollingsworth, and the co-host, Carlos Anthony. How you doing, Carlos? I didn't do what I said I was going to do. I was like, fuck it.
Okay, it's all good. I'm good, man. What's going on with you, man?
I'm good. A little inside ball. I said I was going to. Hola, Victoria's in here. All right, nice. I was saying I was going to have our intros be like male, white, in a relationship, Carlos, single, black, female. What? No. All right. But it just, I'll fuck it. I already know I'll fuck it up like I just did right there. Anyways,
we in here though.
Yeah, and shout out to Victoria who's in the chat. Our fucking this will be like a regular episode. Our last one we were introducing everybody to Carlos, who's taken over or replaced or however you want to word it. Manny gave us the blessings, and so we're up and running, and we have some good topics. I was trying to think, I know last week it was kind of a quick one, or 2 weeks back we didn't do it last week because I got sick. But did we talk on here about your situation? We did, didn't we?
Yeah, we talked. Yeah, we gave. I think we gave the over. You haven't done the follow-up since then, because there's been
right.
However, I think we should just pause it. Now it's like a cliffhanger. They have to wait to the next episode to
to the end of this episode. If we get to it, we might be able to get to it towards the end. All right. Okay. Yeah, that's great. Okay. So we have on this one, we have well, I have one that I put in there. I'm bringing it up so I can show it. Let's go here. And there we go. Okay, now let me share my screen. So this came up as, was it minimum spending on dates? And let's do this. Let's share this bad boy. Okay, so this, whoa, is it zooming in as I'm doing that?
Yeah, it's zooming in. There we go.
Good Lord. All right.
I like how you blocked that out.
I didn't do it. This is how it was. Okay. Trust me, I would not have blocked that out.
What?
So I can't read the top line. I didn't write this, but it says the minimum a person, a man, we'll say, should spend for various things. So if you're only listening to the podcast, it's this is a attractive lady has posted the minimum a man should spend for, and she's listed multiple things, and we'll tell you the dollar amounts. So for breakfast, she says a minimum a man should spend is $50. Lunch is $80. Gas is $100. Am I like filling your? Am I taking your car and filling it? We'll go over each one.
Get into this, yes.
Brunch $150. Dinner $200. Nails and makeup. Is that my nails and makeup? $250. Outfit $300. Wig / install $400. I'm gonna date fucking Jada Smith. And it says at the very end, $40 is never acceptable ever in life. Okay, so let me close this out or get back to this. Okay, so hey, what up, Stefan Moody? So let me bring it so I have it up here on this so I can reference it. So I think did you see this first and
I think I posted it. Yeah, I think I posted it.
Okay.
And of course that opened up the floodgates of discussion. But okay.
Yeah. So I'm like I'm gonna jump around a little. First of all, gas $100. Okay, so I need to know what are we in this relationship? Where are we? Are you saying like this is like first date shit? Like I have to pay all this shit on a first date or what? That's what I want to know. I guess.
I don't know where that woman was going with that, and that's a great question to start off with. Where are we at this? What point of the dating are we? Have we been together for years? Is this a few weeks? This is the immediate expectation that you need to drop all this money off immediately for these items? I don't know. So I'm gonna let's go with the fact that they've been dating for let's call it fucking several months.
Yeah.
I still think just the gas alone, where are you going? Where
Yeah.
where are you going for $100? And is that per day? Is that over a month? Because you might spend depending what kind of car do you have? I got questions.
Yeah, seriously. And what I'm trying to, just so you know, I'm trying to I think I'm gonna be able to do it here. I'm gonna try so we can have it on screen here within this. Present slide. Let's do that. Okay. From my computer. Yes, don't show me the tips again. Just the tips. Okay. Get it? That's it, I think. Oh,
While
well,
you
let
getting
me
that pulled up, I'm gonna read Steven's message here. It says, Never, even entertainment providers don't even charge this. So what's the difference now? I
mm,
I don't know, Stephen. I don't know. I don't know what's going on here. It's a lot of shenanigans and debauchery.
it's a lot. It's a lot. uh
And we're just
uh,
on gas right now. We haven't even broke the rest of this down. We're just on
yeah.
gas.
Uh
Gas alone.
okay, I think this might do what I'm trying to do. Present, present, present. Ugh, what am I saying? Slide your computer. Yep. Okay. Come on, motherfucker. Where are you at? Fuck it. Well, still won't let me do it. I'm just gonna have to share the screen. All right. Fuck it. Um, select. Oh, there we go. Okay, there we go. Now let me see. How do I? Can I zoom in on that? Fuck. I don't think I can.
Yeah.
Anyways, well, here it is. Fucking. That's a horrible. Here. Oh, there we go.
There we go. There we go. And that's too big. And now we on her inflated.
There we go.
Okay.
I'm
There
getting
we
a
go.
fucking migraine. There we go.
Okay.
There we go. Okay. Yeah. So we gotta, I guess we have to set boundaries. What up, Felicia? Felicia. Loving Black and White is back. That's right.
That.
So we're discussing this slide, or some lady posted this, and but there's no context as far as like, are you saying this is your man? It says $40 is never acceptable ever in life, but
Here's the other key word I just called her niche. She said the minimum a
I didn't say
should
that.
send for. Send.
Oh.
Should send for. To send for
Oh,
what?
so we're sending this money.
Yes, I just caught that word. The word that's a very key word. It didn't say that somebody that I
I
expected
thought
out of
it said
dating.
spend.
Yeah, no, it says
It's
send
send.
for.
Okay, so she's like saying, "Hey, I want to go." That's like her saying, "Hey, I want to go to breakfast," and I'm supposed to be like, "Okay, I'm going to send you $50." Is
Right.
what she's saying.
Yeah, no. I you cancel this
Be
whole
like, go
list.
fuck yourself.
Well, yeah,
Uh,
you cancel this whole list. No. No.
okay, so and we have to, again, let's set some boundaries so then we can comment it on those boundaries. So should we say this is somebody that you've been on one date with, or you haven't even been on a date with, or somebody you're in a relationship with? What are we? We'll ask the chat to voice their what are the qualifications of this? We'll say on this.
The qualifications and the expectations. Is this a first date, or is this in the initial stages of dating, or is this we've been there for a while now, and this is what the standard should be?
Relationship. Okay, Stefan, we got one for relationship. The man. Way to mansplain, Stephen. Stefan. Okay, if you're in a relationship, somebody, Victoria, girl, get a job.
And while y'all doing, I'm actually about to do some quick math here because I need to add all this shit
This
up.
adds up to
Yeah, I need to know
7,
this.
950, 1150,
We're just
12,
gonna do
13,
this outright, huh?
14, 1530, 1,530. Boom. There you go. I'm pretty good at math.
Go ahead and put my calculator right.
That was pretty good. Okay, you know what? We have actually we'll do it all for all three. Okay, we'll do it. We'll do that you're courting. We'll do that you're in a relationship, and we'll do like maybe you've been on one date. So we'll do one date, dating, and in a relationship.
Okay.
So okay, so breakfast, and we'll do it for all of them. I if we, like we haven't even been on a date yet, or I'm like, oh, what are you doing today? And you're like, and the girl's like, oh, I was thinking about going to get some breakfast with my girls. You wanna send me some? I'd be like,
You want to
no,
send
if
me
I
some?
don't
No,
know,
I do not.
yeah, we haven't. I'm like, who are you? I don't even know you really. We haven't even been dating. What the fuck are you talking about? Now, if it's we'll see if we're on the same page with these two.
Uh-huh.
Are you in agreement with that?
I'm not sending you nothing. I mean,
Okay,
again, I don't know you. I don't know
right.
you. And why am I sending you money? First of all, again, my trust issues they start red flagging because why am I giving you money to go on out with your girls? That don't sound right in itself. So I'm
Right.
like, nah, I'm not sending you $50 for breakfast. What are you eating?
Yeah, what the fuck? Can I do this? Did that mess it up or no? It's okay. It's uh, uh, I'm trying to see if it's still doing okay. All right. Yeah, okay. Now, if it's somebody I've been dating, I mean, but you know what? This kind of corrects itself because I don't think I would be dating somebody that would
Mm-mm.
even, like if we're in the courting stage, we've been on a few dates or whatever, and I like her. I don't think somebody that I like would ask me something like this. That if I don't really know her and she's just like, oh, we had a great date. Last few dates have been great. What are you doing? Well, I'm going out to breakfast with some friends, and you think you could send me like $50? I mean, it's
I
so
had to admit,
wild to me.
I've been asked. I've definitely been asked in the past 8 years. I've definitely been asked.
Really,
Yeah,
somebody
absolutely.
that you not in a relationship, but you just
No,
kind of
no. Just hey. Do you mind? Why don't you send me a little something to go out on to breakfast or lunch or something? Send me some lunch money. I'm like, you're not my kid. Like I'm not. I send my kids lunch money. Why am I sending you lunch money? Like I don't
yeah.
understand that. But it's been like you just said though. It kind of leads to that. It's an immediate turnoff. Like now, why do I feel the need to talk to you? Because now I feel like you're about to become another bill, and I don't
Yeah.
want another bill.
Yeah, and if they were like, "Could you say?" I'd be like, "Oh, are you inviting me? Did you
Right.
want me to go with you?" Because I'm like, and you know what? I think how we're answering it for these first two, like someone you haven't even really been on a date with yet, or maybe only one, and somebody that you're just in the process of dating. I think the answers are going to probably be about across the board about the same. Um, but now the if you're in a relationship with someone and like if Angel is like, oh, I'm gonna go to breakfast with some of my friends, and I don't like also that send me this like you're
Send.
fucking summoning me like I'm a peasant or I'm your fucking waiter. But if Angel is
Mhm.
like, oh, I'm supposed to go to breakfast with my friends and I'm a little short, can you send me like 50 or whatever? That no problem. Yeah, that's a little different, but the other two scenarios, I don't see those. Well, they wouldn't happen as far as me sending money, but they
No.
wouldn't. Yeah,
And,
I'm just
here's
gonna.
the other caveat to that. If you're in a relationship, and if my girl calls me up and she's like, "Hey, babe, I'm about to go to breakfast, lunch, or dinner, whatever, with some girls of mine," uh, yeah, from time to time, especially if you got extra sitting around, I'll be like, "Hey, baby, here, go on and have you a good time. This is on me, and you have a good time. I'm not paying for you and your girls, but
Right,
hey, yeah, hey, go ahead and enjoy yourself. Keep your money in your pocket. I got you." That's something
right,
different. You didn't even ask me for that, so that's because we rocking, so we good.
right.
But if you, hey, send me, yeah, I'm with you on the word send
The
me. Hey,
verbiage.
right, it's the verbiage. Send me $50. I'm going to breakfast, lunch, or dinner with my girls. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna send you on your way.
Yeah, you know what, Stefan? Stefan says, I guess it really depends on the people that we're talking about. Are they rich? Because uh, even if I was fucking, Elon Musk, the fact that you're using the verbiage send and no, I could have all the money in the world. It's not a money thing. It's a how were you raised and like how
Mhm.
you view things and I don't know, like if I haven't even been on a date with you, it'd actually probably turn me off even more if I was rich. That if I haven't even been on a date with you and you're like, oh, you got it, just send me $50. I'll be like, fuck you.
Right. And here's a lot of these people who ask for shit like this, they are not rich. Because that's not even a rich mentality to do something like that, to ask for something like that in that fashion. So I would say, I would shudder to say that these people, they want to play rich, but they don't have a rich mentality.
Yeah, I think we should just get into like dating, because any of this, like a girl that I haven't even been on a date with, or we've been on one date, all this, I'd be like, kick rocks, fucking, good knowing you. Good luck with all that. You can go have lunch, dinner, sex, everything with your fucking friends, because we're not doing shit.
Because if you think about it, what did you say the number was? 1,000? Was it that? Would you say how much was this total?
It's like $1,350, I think.
Okay, so $1,350. That's somebody's rent somewhere. Think about that. That's somebody's rent somewhere that you're asking me to pay for things that you should be able to work out feasibly within a reasonable budget. Like, come on, man. I'm not paying $1,350 a month, or hell, I don't even know if this is a month.
Yeah,
I'm not saying $1,350.
Yeah, good point. And Victoria, she says, I think this is a sugar daddy price list. But the thing is, women that are sugar babies or whatever, or not even this a lot of women that are just in general. You see this, I don't know what they categorize themselves, if they're looking for a sugar daddy. Is it a sugar baby? If that's what it is. But, and how do you qualify as a sugar baby? You just put out a list, or like, because my whole thing is like, well, what the fuck are you bringing? I was watching some podcast, and they were talking about, and it's true, they were saying how, like, they would ask women, they like, would you date a guy that made $50,000 a year? And women are, no. Would you date a guy that was a janitor at a high school? No, this and that. And then, whereas all the guys would be like, yeah, I would date a girl that makes whatever. Like, dude, since I can remember, I've always said with dating, like, I've said, I'll date a girl, I don't care what a girl does, as long as she has goals. Like, if she's working at McDonald's, is she trying to get on fries? Like, what's her goals? I don't know if it's because guys, like, when we're brought up, we don't, and I can't speak for women as far as like how they're brought up or what they're told. Maybe some of the women can chime in, but like, I think as guys, as we're brought up, we're always, you're kind of on your own. Like, it's you're gonna make it or break it on your own. There is no there's no chance of like a sugar mama. Like, I don't know any guy that's like, that's my thing, is like, oh, I'm holding out for that sugar mama.
Mama. Right.
Yeah, she's gonna send me $400 for my fade.
Right.
Then I go get a fade. I mean, it's just fucking insane to even think about it. But
in all due fairness, I think there are this specific type of person that we're referring to right here is very I shouldn't say few and far between, because unfortunately it seems like it's becoming a normal now. But there are a lot of women that will take a dude that's down in the dirt. Matter of fact, I've seen it a lot, and try to encourage him into something bigger. So I think most good women will do that for a man, the same as we would for a woman, and say, hey, listen, just tell me what are you trying to do? What are you trying to be? Are you working towards that? And then y'all work together. But those are people who think logically.
Yeah.
So and I have to say that, because we're living in a world right now where I think men and women have unrealistic expectations, and that list is one of them. Like, I'm not paying $1,350 for your luxuries, and those are luxuries,
man.
Especially no, not in times when people are struggling. Shit, no.
Now, have you I'm wondering, have you ever had in any of your relationships where it didn't start out like this, like they weren't like this, but then as you started getting in there, what up, Natasha? I see Natasha's in her. Not me in the channel on booty everywhere. Yeah, we were just showing this lady's requirements on what she sends for. But have you maybe it was a misjudge of character or something, or maybe that person changed where you were dating them and initially they're very sweet or whatever, and then maybe being around you and seeing like what you're doing or whatever, they started taking on some of your luxuries or wanting some of your
Mhm.
luxuries and start changing in that sense.
Absolutely, but I have to put some onus on myself too, because I was one of those guys that I wanted to I wine and dine you. I wanted you to feel comfortable. I wanted you. I'm willing to spend the money in order to for us to have a good time, and then that becomes the bottom line baseline for
Mm.
everything else. So it starts there, and they're like, oh well, shoot, if you did this, then you can do that. And then it becomes a snowball effect into that, instead of setting realistic expectations for what I was able to afford at that particular time. So I have to say the people that I was in a relationship with that happened to, I was the one that kind of set the foundation for that initially, instead of being realistic. I was living outside my means at that particular time.
Oh,
For,
God, I
for
got you.
sure.
I see what you mean. Yeah, and it's funny because like I mean when I would date or whatever, and I would always say like I've always said that you can have fun shoveling shit if you're doing it with the right person, you know. And
Hmm.
so
Hmm.
I mean you know, obviously if you have it and you want to be able to do nice things for somebody you care about and stuff like that, and but
Hmm.
if you don't, can you guys still exist, you know, like can you still enjoy each other's company and all that shit, you know? I mean that's I think is the important thing. And I just after you pointed out the whole send for these, I'm like, fuck off. I would That's my first
No,
thought would just be like, go fuck yourself.
but
Send
this
me.
is go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, that was it. Just should
I
send
mean,
for
yeah.
it.
She said should send for, and I think that's the immediate turn off, because I'm not sending you anything. And again, like you brought up just a minute, and kind of we went over just briefly, is what a relationship. Call it what it is. A relationship is a give and take. We're supposed to be able to do a give and take from each other. That's the way it is. That's the way it's always been. It's always going to be that way. However, what are you giving? What are you giving? And let's keep it 100 here. I'm sorry, your vagina is not going to be good enough for 13.50 a month. I don't know 13.50 vagina. That's
It's like
that's
your
going to be
joke.
like, yeah, right. Absolutely. I don't know it. I don't know it. And so I'm not investing in that. I'm investing in you, and vice versa. You're supposed to be investing in me. So, and I don't mean that just financially. I mean across the board. So give me something else. Give me something else.
100%. I mean, I've known some mouths of 1350. Okay, never mind. All right, let's move on.
Maybe 1,000. Maybe a
Yeah,
thousand.
yeah, yeah. Uh, before I have that video that we talked about, but before that, Bill Belichick, which you know I
Uh-huh.
love Bill Belichick, former New England Patriots coach. He's 72 years old, and he's dating a 24-year-old lady named Jordan Hudson. And so, and like Carlos had posted a thing about this, and I was laughing because, you know, I mean, joking, but I'm like, I love Belichick, so I'm like, good for him, man. He's fucking winning again. But what?
Another
So the,
championship, another ring.
yeah. So I want to know, especially because we have a lot of ladies in the chat, what is an acceptable age difference, and for both an older man and an older woman? What would you say is for everybody in the chat? What do you think is a good enough age gap? And is there certain parameters like you know maybe a 40 and a 20-year-old is not cool, but a 60 and a 40-year-old is cool? Like, you know, it's a 20-year age difference still, but you know, different life, or like a 50 and a 30, is that good? Or is it more the number? You know what I mean? I mean, this is crazy because he's 72, and that's like almost 50 years. That's 48 years.
And I think I said this. That man took over the what was it? The fucking Patriots.
Vagina? Oh, sorry.
She and she wasn't even born yet.
I know.
She
I know.
wasn't born when he became the coach of the Patriots. That lets you know how big of a difference that he is, and that's just weird to me.
Okay, so Dituro said 10 years or less, I think. Natasha said acceptable age difference equals one where you don't have to worry about killing your loved one while active.
Oh, that
Active
could
in
be 2
quotes.
years.
Yeah, dude. I mean, it also depends, Natasha, how active you are. It may not matter at your
Absolutely.
age, you know. All right. Yeah, I'm trying to think, dude. I remember, I think I've told this on the Hollingsworth list. I might have told it on this before too. So before my dad remarried, like I don't remember my mom and dad ever being together. Like I think they probably got divorced within 2 years of my being born, right? So I never knew them as a couple. And then my dad was single for until, God, I want to say probably till I was about 35 or 40. He was single he was just a bachelor. And my dad was a man whore. Dude. And I remember he was, I think, probably around 50, and maybe 40s to 50. And he brought home a chick. I was living with my dad, and I think I was 21 at the time, maybe a little bit younger. And he brought home, no, I was 18. He brought home a chick that was 21, and it wasn't just like, oh, hey, look at Pops, he brought home a 20. It was like, oh, she's fine as fuck, right? And my dad, again, he was probably 45ish, 50, and my buddies were there, and we're all hanging out. And again, we like just graduated high school, and we're talking to her. She went to Beaverton High School 3 years ago. And we went to Wilson, and we were talking about how like we were rivals and stuff. And my dad, I think I remember my dad just being like, Jesus Christ, guys, all right, fucking relax, but I was like, what the fuck? And I think about like when I was in my 40s, I think I might have dated somebody like in their mid or late 20s. I mean, we also, not to toot our own horns, but we both look good for our age. Do you want to tell people your age, Carlos? Hold on. You want to go ahead?
I'll be 50. See that? That move right there should let you know how. I'll be 50 in October. 50
in October. Big 50. And then I'm fucking older than that. So
you're wiser.
Yeah. God damn it.
You just opened your door for it.
I know. I mean, there definitely is like like when I hear fucking 21-year-olds talking and stuff, it's like my dick would just because I'm just like, oh God, what are you talking about? Or like when they talk like
my God,
they have the vocal fry.
He's singing after every last word. Oh, knock it off! Yeah,
I fucking can't stand it. What's the biggest age difference or age gap that you've dated that you can remember?
Probably 12 years.
She was 12? Jesus Christ, Carlos.
No. Let's be very clear.
Carlos Kelly.
Right. Absolutely not. She was 12 years younger.
Gotcha.
Than me and I was, it was probably right before, like I said, we just hung out. I mean, it was like, okay, well, shit, it is what it is. But I didn't even go into that situation thinking that I was trying to make that something a long-term relationship. It was just cool for the moment. So
yeah. I think mine was, I definitely have dated somebody that there was maybe around 20, because I'm thinking about like maybe 15 to 20 was probably the around the greatest age difference. Yeah. And then but it's like I never like I've been deceptive about my age or anything. Like when I was doing online dating, my age would be up there. I would put up like, I wouldn't put up like these glamour shots. I would just put up just regular pictures. I wasn't trying to like be deceitful or anything. So people would know my age, but I think also with like what we do, it keeps you kind of young at heart, but I'm curious, like for the other ladies in the chat, Dituro said 10 years. Felicia says, I dated someone when I was 25 and he was 50. So 25-year age. We were together for 10 years. No sugar daddy stuff.
Wow.
After we started dating, I found out me and his son were classmates when we were younger.
Well, damn.
Hopefully you didn't hook up with the fucking son at some point. You're like, I remember in high school.
I'm gonna go with a younger man.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Now, when you found out that they were classmates, or that you had been classmates, excuse me, were you like, Jesus Christ, I gotta fucking re-examine things, or it just was, you just laughed about it and moved on with
And
that
while she's
Felicia?
answering that question, let's go to Steven. Steven said there shouldn't be an issue on an age gap as long as you can communicate with each other.
100%. Oh, you disagree?
Because if you're 30 and she's 18, she can communicate.
I think you know what he means, though. I mean, yeah, like can she talk yet?
Right. I get
No.
what you're saying. I mean, it is a fine line. I think that fine line though wavers on men versus women. Like a 50-year-old man dating a 30-year-old woman, people be like, listen, look at this fucking creep. But a 50-year-old woman dating a 30-year-old man, they like, oh well, shoot, he came up. It's a weird dynamic to assess.
Do they though? Because look at Madonna. Madonna's dating a young dude, and unless you're talking monetarily, then he came up. But I don't look at that guy dating Madonna and be like, man, he got him a winner with her. Woo, Madonna. Or like Cher's dating somebody. I mean, Cher still looks great for her age. She looks fucking phenomenal. But I mean, if you take money out of it, are you still like, oh, they came up?
I think men look at it as you've leveled up as a man if you're dating an older woman. And I think I mean, shoot, for some women it's the same. I don't know. Again, I can't speak for women like you said. I can't, but I just think it looks differently as an older man dating a younger woman. We're looked at more as being creepy than a older woman dating a younger man. Ladies, what do y'all
I might
say?
disagree. I might disagree with you, Carlos, because I'm like, I think it really is how much of an age gap. Like like Al Pacino, didn't he just have a kid with some now that's
was
like,
it him? Was
it him or De Niro?
De Niro. It was De Niro.
Okay.
Yeah,
and
that man was about to be on a respirator, and and he having children. First of all, what kind of Viagra was that?
Yeah,
Jesus H Christ, he shot that sperm off up in there. Now that sounded weird, didn't it?
I mean, I only like if it's older woman, I feel like it's only viewed as like a come up if they have money. Okay. For the guy, you know, like the women might be looking at the woman like, she came up, she got her a young one. Like, you know, who was it? Fucking Pete Davidson was dating the one chick from and she's fine. The one Kate Beckinsale. Or Matt Rife was dating her, and Pete Davidson was both. And but I mean, it was a come up because she's fine and she has money, but they have money too. So, but if you're just talking about like Bob that works at 7-Eleven and he's dating, you know, Martha that works at Old Country Buffet, and Martha's 65 and Bob's 25, I wouldn't be like, man, Bob, you fucking came up, bro. You came up.
But the 7-Eleven might think so.
Yeah, exactly. You get that Old Country Buffet discount,
right? You get the discount.
Natasha says, I don't really judge either way as long as it's involving consenting adults. Yeah. And then Victoria said, Anna Nicole Smith situation. Yeah. Anna Nicole was that dude fucking, I mean, I think they were giving that guy, when they were doing their wedding vows, I think they were also doing that guy's fucking his funeral.
They sure was. Yeah, I mean, it's a very interesting concept. I mean, because like you said, in this business, we meet people all the time, and I think the majority it's weird to me, and I don't know what fence I'm on with regards to it right now. The majority of the women that I do come across, unfortunately, I don't know, are in their 30s, early 30s at that, and it's kind of like, I don't know, I don't want to be the creepy old dude that's about to be 50 dating a early 30s. I don't know how I feel about it. But it's also, you mentioned it earlier too, the conversation. How's the conversation going? Does she talk like a grown ass woman who's been through some shit? Then I might be open to it. But if you know, I want to do it. No, I'm good.
That vocal fry shit, the TikTok voice, whatever you want to call it. No. I couldn't date that. But like I could see, I mean, because I think in general with what we do, again, it keeps us very young energy, young at heart. We're around younger people with comics. You know, there's always young comics that we're hanging out with, and I think it does keep you young. And I totally could see you at 50. I could see you dating a woman that's 35, but
Mhm.
she's college educated. Maybe she's like a VP or something in a Fortune 500 company. 100%, I could see that couple seeing you with someone like that, and that totally working.
Let's go speak that into the
Yeah,
future.
yeah, exactly. Now, if she's 35 and she works for that Fortune 500 company, but she's like in the call center, I don't know and she's like, thank you for calling.
No, I'm good. That
Yeah.
right there would be like, I'm good. I mean, like you said, it goes all the way back to the point though. It's your connection. I think everything has to be a connection. It has to be organic, especially for me right now. I'm just like, I don't if it's not natural, then I'm not really feeling it. But then I'll deal with the age issue later. Uh,
Yeah,
for
there
lack
is
of better.
there's definitely something to be said because like before Angel, like I it wasn't that I would like only would exclusively or only looked at, but majority it seemed like was younger, maybe 5 to 10, maybe 15 years younger, whatever, whether it was just casual or building up for something. But the one thing that's interesting is now dating someone my age, uh we get all each other's references, the
Mhm.
music, the throwback shit, it's all the same, it's she's not like who's this who's Vanilla Ice, or
Right.
whatever, like we all we'll know the same references, and it's just it's kind of cool, it's and it's
Absolutely,
I haven't had that.
absolutely. If you don't know who Jodeci is, you don't know
Yeah,
who
preach.
Mint Condition is. I can't. We can stop this conversation right there, baby. Ain't nothing we can do. I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be making love to somebody who's rapping over the top of my music.
Yeah. uh
So no, 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 and no.
Okay, now let me queue up this the video on men not wanting to be challenged. This one. Okay, let me
And ladies, I want y'all to get ready for this one because I really want to know. I
I
think I have a
wanna
pretty good
know.
idea what your direction would be on this, but I'm curious as a man.
Give me one sec, trying to bring it up here. Present share screen window. There we go. Okay. Is it showing that? Okay, there it is. Yeah,
Mhm.
okay, perfect. All right, and then I will just play this and let it go. Can you hear it?
Mhm.
All right. All right, let me rewind it. Sorry.
Yeah, it's getting. I'm with Natasha. It's getting choppy and low. So I can give the overview of this one. It
Oh,
was
was it
getting,
playing good?
yeah, it was getting choppy and over. Essentially, what this young gentleman is saying is that men do not like to be challenged. That women are not qualified, and that's I have to say it like that so you understand. Are not qualified to challenge a man. You're supposed to be encouraging him and not pushing back or anything like that. So that's essentially a woman should stay in a woman's place.
Read
And that's
Natasha's comment. He should have been challenged with his face tats.
oh well, they did look very challenging actually, Natasha. It
Yeah.
looked very challenging. But essentially that's what he's saying is that we should only be challenged by other men. Women should not say anything to men. So now the question becomes, ladies, what are your feelings in regards to that? And Jay, what's yours? And then I'll give
Uh
mine.
as you comment in the chat, ladies, I will say, well, I wholeheartedly disagree with that. Like I've always said, like, I've always said I want somebody that's supportive and has my back and loving, but also is not afraid to be like, hey babe, I love you, but you're fucking up on this, or you need to
Hmm.
look at this, or I think, you know, I mean, and plus, and is it considered a challenge? Because there's going to be times where I'm going to ask, I'm be like, hey, I don't know what I should do on this. Like an example. Actually, I can't say this one because it fucking. I'll tell you why afterwards. But um, well, shit. When me and Angel were first dating, and I actually like this. We had made plans, and this is when I was fat, and I would, you know, I would take naps all the time, you know, and we had made plans, and I had canceled a couple of times, and then there was one day I did a podcast, and I got high, and Angel and I were supposed to go out that night, and I got so high, I was like, oh fuck, I can't, I'm so high, and fucking that, and so she told me at that point, she goes, hey, you know what, I want to spend time with you, I want to do stuff with you, but you know, like I keep reserving time, like we keep making plans, you keep canceling, so how about you know, when you're ready and you have time and you can make it, then you call me, but until then we just, you know, we can talk on the phone or whatever, and kind of, you know, calling me on my shit, and I appreciated that, I like that, you know, so I disagree with what this guy's saying, and then here I'll read, Natasha said, if the quote challenge is meant with love and intended to grow the couple, then I should hope he's open to it. I would be if he challenged me that way. And then Victoria said, what does he mean challenge? Like square up or like a debate? Yeah, I don't. Yeah, does he want a servant? I don't know what he. What does he want?
I took it as he doesn't want to be questioned about anything, and that's where I'm gonna jump in here. I'm with you on this too, Jay. I don't agree with that, like, at all. Like, you should have someone who makes you better, and in the course of doing it, they're going to push back on things that they see you doing wrong, in order for you to see that there's a better way of doing things. The other piece to this is not even it's the word challenging to me is like that means that you don't want to be in a relationship. You want to be a dictator of the relationship, and that's not cool at all. So if that's the case, then you want somebody just to be a yes man, a yes woman for you, and that doesn't make sense, because it's not going to help you in the long run.
Tasha says, "Shout out to Angel. She's in the room taking a nap because she got a little lippy." So joking.
Wow, she challenged you.
Yeah. Challenge accepted.
Right. Yeah. So no, it's a weird dynamic. But here's the other part I was going to make to that. Most women do not challenge a man that they feel comfortable with. And I say that from the perspective of, if you're leading in a relationship in a way that they feel comfortable, 9 times out of 10, it's my opinion, that most women are not going to give you pushback on the most random of things. So if you're leading appropriately as the man, then she's not going to say nothing. But if she's questioning every move you make, then you need to look at yourself as a man. You need to look at yourself and try to figure out, what the fuck am I doing to this woman? Every time I do something, this woman is questioning me.
Yeah, so, and also even the verbiage, the choosing the word challenge is conflict, and I get, yeah, I don't want a challenge, but I definitely want input. I want feedback. I want your opinion. You know, because do you want a partnership, or, like you say, do you want a dictatorship? You know, is it somebody you're trying to build something with someone? I mean, like, you know, Angel and I, we've been dating over 3 years now, and you know, you like, I've always said, they say, you know, relationships are hard, and that's the saying, relationships are hard, and relationships, you know, are a lot of work. And I'm like, why do they have to be that way? Because I'm like, if you love each other and you're a good match, I always would say, you know, I know that there's going to be stress, there'll be problems that come up, you know, and let's attack the problem, fix it, and then get back to, like, because I'm all about, I want to enjoy life, I want to have fun in life. So when challenges, whether it's relationship related or just life in general, when challenges present themselves, okay, how do I resolve this? How do we fix this? And then let's get back to having fun and enjoying life, you know? And that's one thing that I can say that is great about Angel and I's relationship. Even if we don't have a lot of fights, and I mean, I wouldn't even call them fights. You know, we may snap at one another every once in a while if I'm in a mood or she's in a mood, but the thing that always happens is within an hour we're probably laughing about it. Like, I mean, I don't know if I've ever told this story. Angel, one time, I'm home and Angel's getting off work and she had a bad day at work or for whatever reason, and so like we we'll get high and watch movies, and we have suckers, Tootsie Pops. We have like 1,000 Tootsie Pops. Carlos knows, and that's our thing, is like, because Tootsie Pops, you know, it takes a while to eat it and it's only 60 calories. I don't need to get into those details, but so Angel came home
to the madness.
Yeah, Angel came home from work and she had a bad day for whatever reason, and I'm just on the couch, and she goes in the room, changes, she comes around the room, and I'm on the couch, but I don't have, like, I hadn't brought the Tootsie Pops, the suckers, over to the couch. So she fucking, for whatever reason, she just goes, "Oh, what? I'm just on fucking sucker duty now. I got to bring the suckers over." And I'm like, what? This is an actual job that I didn't know that I had. And but now we like laugh about it all the time. And now it's like a callback. We always talk about, "You on sucker duty tonight?" It's so fucking stupid. But at the time, you know, it was like just random thing. But, you know, now we laugh about it. And that's how most of our, whether I, you know, I'm overreacting or in a mood, and like we also will recognize it. Like if I'm in I'll tell her I'm just having a blah day. I don't really, I just want to kind of zone out, and vice versa. She'll say the same. And so we don't really have a lot of, I mean, we haven't really ever had a major, like, and that's not my style anyways. Like I've never been like a yelling person or name calling or any of that shit. I always am kind of like analytical about like what's the problem. Okay,
Right.
now let's try and, how do we solve the problem? So this challenge shit, I don't agree anything with what this guy says.
No, but again, those are dudes who want to be in control, and they want to be in control of the woman and try to tell her what she should and shouldn't be doing. And it's like, nah, again, how is that making you better? At the end of the day, you not knowing how she feels about how you're moving about within the relationship, how does that make you better? And if it doesn't make you better, then nah, that's a weird space to be in. But I don't know how old that dude is, probably in his 30s, even though his face looked like he was older than us. But he probably is in his 30s, and that's their mentality. Is that it's either on one end you have the ones that we just talked about earlier who want this laundry list of finances that you need to throw out, and then you have the dudes that say, "Well, sure, I don't want you to ask me for a goddamn thing. Don't talk to me. I make all the rules and I say everything that you're gonna do, and this is the way it's gonna be." So it's a weird place to be. So if you got you a good one, like you got you a good one, you better hold on.
Yeah.
This shit out here in these streets is rough.
Yeah, and I want to, Natasha, she mentioned challenge is conflict, question, I understood it as leveling up, and I think that's how it should be looked at. But it was just the fact that he word, like, when he says a man doesn't want to be challenged, that's him saying I don't want to be challenged, which is like saying I don't want to be questioned. You know, like I said challenge is conflict, in the sense of, because like he's making it sound like somebody's challenging him, like questioning him, like stepping to him. Whereas I the verbiage I would use is like giving input or asking questions or giving advice, you know, like I wouldn't, if somebody's asking me something, or like, just, I don't know, the energy the guy gave off. Yeah, just
it's the context, and everything is context. Because like we picked that word out, it's challenging, and we looked at the word sinned in her statement.
Yeah.
But the thing is it's a very fine line when you start putting things into context. So it's like, nah, I can't rock like that. I don't want no parts of that.
Yeah, and I agree with you, Natasha. Like, I mean, if it's something where it should be like, the goal should be that you're leveling up your relationship. If me and you are in a relationship and I have a question about something that you're doing, or you have a question about something, you know, you coming to me with it, I don't look at that as like you're challenging me. You have a concern about something, so we got to address it, you know.
But that's also looking
72.
within. That's looking within. Like I said, going back to when if a woman is asking me something repeatedly over, especially if it's about the same topic, then I really have to look within and try to figure out what the hell am I doing that's off because she keeps asking me the same thing over and over again, or asking me to do this same thing over again a certain way. So
Yes.
what am I doing
Right.
in that aspect? So but the only thing that fixes that is growth and maturity. And once you get to a certain point in your life, you just kind of like, man, listen, I'm either I'm gonna going back to the word leveling up. Either I'm gonna level up, or I'm gonna stay at the status quo, and then I'm gonna get whatever shit that comes with it. So
Yep. Yep. Yeah, the crew is popping today. What up, Sandy? Uh Steven is not 72. I think you were saying
right,
you were born in 72, Steven? Is that your Stefan? Okay, so we have about 10 minutes left, and I wanted you to do the update on for anybody that didn't hear like the last show. Can you do a quick recap of the situation you're in, and then what the update is?
okay. So the Cliff Notes version is I hung out with a young lady in January only one time. It was the first time we ever hung out. Some shit went down. Was I?
Wait, hold on. I was just going to ask if we can clarify. When you say some shit went down, was there a challenge in there?
Oh,
What
it
was
was a challenge. It was a challenge.
so you guys hooked up?
Yeah. So
Okay.
then it was on some casual friendship, like because that's the way it started. Shouldn't have even got to that point where some shit went down, but it was on some friendship. So she wound up moving from the state she was in to Vegas and to the apartment complex that I happened to go by. I thought the place was dope. So I was like, hey, well, shit, I'm gonna move into a different building.
Yes. And it's a
At
huge complex, huge.
Yeah, so I'm gonna move into a different building, and so she essentially decided that she was going to move next door. And by next door, ladies and gentlemen, I mean like there's my unit, there's the stairwell, and then there's her unit. And so
Yeah.
that's the kind of way we left it via the first. I can't call it the first series of Black and White. It was the series 69. We on 70 now.
Yeah.
You on 70. I'm on 2. So the follow up to this is maybe like 2 or 3 weeks ago. I had just got home
So
and I get a
wild.
text, and it's the picture of my unit from the ground up. Say, and it's just the picture. It's just the picture of my unit. And
Yes,
then
Victoria, he can. Can you knock
what?
on her wall? Yes.
No, I cannot. No,
Oh.
I cannot.
You could
I
have just said
cannot knock
yeah.
on her
I mean,
wall.
you could have just said yeah, so it would have been good for the story. But she's next door to you. But there's
She's next door. There's a stairwell that separates our
Yeah.
unit, so I can't.
So you
hear
go
her
in the
wall.
stairwell and knock on her wall.
I could actually. I walk the stairs every day, so
Alright,
I could bang
sorry.
on the wall, and she could hear me if I banged on the wall in the stairwell. So, needless to say, so she took a picture of my unit from the ground up, and I didn't answer. Well, no, I take it back. I didn't answer. I said, "You fucking stalker," was my response, and then she calls me like right after that, and I was going out, so I didn't answer. Blah blah blah. So, fast forward 3 weeks later, she sends me another message. I see your light is on. And then she calls me. And so she was like, I'm drunk. I'm drunk. And I'm listen, it's late at night.
Can I interrupt one sec?
Oh,
On the last episode, did you mention the thing about where she said you owed, that you owed her?
no.
Do you want to tell that?
Yeah, that's
Are you?
what I'm getting to now.
That's coming up. Okay, all right.
That's what I'm getting to
sorry.
right now. So
Sorry,
yeah, so
I apologize.
yeah, no, it's all good. So she calls me. She calls me drunk. This is in the 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning, 12:30. And she's just talking in random. And I'm like, okay, well, I really want to go to sleep. But she was like, well, I'm mad at you because you owe me. And I was like, what do I owe you? You owe me some Jordan Pandas. And I was like, I don't what? Like again, it's late at night. I'm like, what are you talking about? So going back to January, she made the reference that she wanted some Jordan Pandas and I was going to buy them for her. And you know how you just kind of laugh it off. I played them. Yeah, okay, all right. But she's always
Tell
that
us
up.
how she said it, so we can get the context how you heard it.
So let me be full disclosure. So when she came here, she needed help with a photographer. So I hooked her up with a photographer. And I was like, you know what? Shoot, you friend. I'll take care of the photographer. So she had bought me like a pullover, like a boss pullover. And so that to me, that was the end of it. But then she was like, yeah, so now you owe me some this was back then, some Jordan Pandas. I want some Jordan Pandas, and you're going to buy them for me. And so I kind of laughed it off. I didn't think
She said
nothing.
she was sending for Jordan Pandas.
So, so I'm like, but it's been weird because every conversation she would always say that, and I just kind of blew it off because I'm thinking it's part of the joke now. Is you owe me, you owe me, you owe me. So that conversation that night, she was like, you owe me, and I'm pissed off that you never gave it to me. And I'm like, are you joking right now? Are we serious? So we're going back and forth for a while. She was like, I don't like anybody who doesn't keep their word. You owe me these Jordan Pandas, the shoes. It's a Jordan Panda's a shoe. It's an expensive
Yes,
shoe.
Jeffrey is white.
Okay. And so yeah, Jordan Pandas are some shoes. So we're going back and forth. And again, this is after midnight. Yes, Natasha, this is after midnight. We're having a discussion about a fucking Jordan shoe. And I'm like, okay, let's pause for a second. Let's stop. I said, you don't even know me. Like, I don't know you. You don't know me. I don't owe you anything. Like, I don't owe you anything. And so she's getting extremely pissed off now. And she's yelling and screaming and going back and forth. And I'm like, I'm just laying in the bed, like, am I really having this moment right now at 1:00 in the fucking morning over some shoes? I was like, so I'm like, you don't really know me. I said, can you tell me anything about me? Like, let's just get down to brass tacks. That's it. Because every time I start talking, she's one of those people that has to talk. Like, you can start a conversation and then she'll start talking. And I'd be like, okay, well, I'll just be quiet and listen to what you have to say. So then she went in from that to, well, just tell me about your fucking life then. I was like, oh no, well, that's not what we're gonna do. That's not
She
what we
challenged you.
Yeah, she
This
challenged.
is all about this whole episode. She sent for the Panda Jordans, and she challenged you.
Right. And so at this particular point, like I said, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get off the phone now. I'm gonna go ahead and get off the phone. So she hung up in my face and then immediately sent me a message that said, "Don't ever talk to me again." So I took that literally and I blocked her on everything. I thought so. on everything, thinking, okay, well, that solves my problem.
So for the chat, I was just gonna say, so right now you're like, oh, that was a crazy story. That was cool. Thanks for ending the podcast on that story. No. Go ahead, Carlos.
This more. So needless to say, I left like the ambient lights on in the apartment, and I get a text message last Thursday. I just knocked on your door. Now remember, she told me don't talk to her ever again. I haven't said anything to this woman. I ain't reached out to her. I ain't said nothing. I was like, for what? Oh, I'm bringing you some food. You don't know if I have somebody over at my place. You don't know what the fuck is going on, but you knocking on my door after you told me never to talk to you again. And I didn't say nothing else too. And I was like, no, let's keep the same energy. Let's keep the same energy. So now I had to go and block on a number that I thought I had blocked everything on. But I'm like, and so I saw her 3 times yesterday in passing. And I didn't say a word. I didn't say a word. I'm like, no, we're gonna take every piece of what you said and let's keep it that way. Because I thought it was fucking weird. Am I crazy? Y'all let me know in the chat. Am I crazy here? Don't knock on my door. And you told me don't ever talk to you again. Again, you don't know who. What if I did have company? Now I got to explain why this woman is knocking on my door at 9 or 10 o'clock at night with food.
And you got to tell the whole history, and because you can't just be like, oh, that's my neighbor. She's bringing over food. Well, why is she bringing over food? Well, we kind of we went on a date. Oh, you went on a date? Okay, well, I fucked her. And,
Right. So now I got to go through the whole thing, and you don't know if that's who I wanted to be with. And so now
Alice said she may be watching if she's moving next door. Girl, if you're here, I was just joking in the chat. Oh, shit.
I listen, because that's what the management office, they just told me to keep bringing women over. Like, that's the resolve, is to keep bringing women over. So I don't know, man. What's this?
They want you to bring women over so they get more tenants.
Right.
Carlos, I don't want to victim shame, but you shouldn't have entertained an after hours call. Also, that food could have had a hex on it. Only eat food like that when it's made with good intentions.
I agree with that 100%, Natasha. You're right. I should not have answered that call. And in my soul, I didn't want to answer it. But I hit okay. And I thought it was going to be on some casual, honestly. I was like, okay, because I think I told you that, Jay. I'm cool with people just being cool. Like, let's just be cool, and we can agree to be cool, and you can be the neighbor, and we can speak each other in passing. I'm cool with that. But now you've taken it to a whole nother level. I'm like, I'm good. I am good, 100%.
Steven had said, just tell her you're moving to another place and give her the address, then go on vacation for 2 weeks. But he's going to still see her. Like,
Right.
they're next door to each other. They'll run into each other again.
The only thing, yeah, I mean, you can hear people going down the stairwell. So I don't know. I don't know.
Being that you are turning 50, I was going to say, because you just said something about, like, you know, just chill. You want shit casual, you know. That, have you noticed as you've gotten older that Angel and I talk about it all the time? It's all about your peace. Like, you want
100%.
fucking and your home. I mean, you have a fucking sick crib, so it's like you want, and she's fucking next door to it. So it's like,
Yeah.
you just want,
because I can only
peace at home.
imagine if I was actually at home, she probably would have got cussed out, because again, I don't want nobody knows I live over here other than people that I care about, you know, and it's a very small list of people in this city that know where I live. So the fact that someone would just knock on my door here it'd be fucking weird, especially at that hour. So I'm like, yeah, don't do that. Don't do
You
that.
know what you should do is you should get like all the female comics that we're cool with, have them come over at different times, just being very loud. So
Right.
it looks like you just have a train of women running through there all the time. And then maybe like Steven Roberts, one gay dude.
Listen, we're gonna go with what's his name? Oh my god, I can see his face. Ron. We're going with Ron. Ron.
Yeah, Ron,
He'd be
definitely
extremely loud and obnoxious.
I'm here.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know.
So
she said, "So you suddenly broke." Suddenly broke,
struggling. Ask for a lot of money. That should do it.
You know what? It's funny you say that though, Alice. I thought about that though. Honestly, I was like, I'm because she asked me for some money one time. I missed that part. She asked me for.
She sent for some money.
She sent for some money. She was like, "Oh yeah, I think could you give me $300 or something till?" And I was like, "Nah, I'm good on that too." So you're right. I'm gonna hit her up for about $1,500. I think I'm gonna send her a message and say, "Hey, listen, I know we're not supposed to be talking, but I need to $1,500. Can you loan that to me?"
Yeah. Sandy said, Carlos, you better come over for her birthday. She's
absolutely.
Yeah, Sandy's coming here. I got it on the calendar. I can't remember off the top of my head, but she's coming over for her birthday. She's staying here for her birthday, and her and a friend. So, and Carlos, we're gonna have a birthday. Angel and I are gonna mainly Angel will be doing most of the work. She's asleep right now, so I can't be too loud. But yeah, we're gonna do a birthday thing for Carlos. It's gonna be 90s themed. I don't know why he chose the 90s, because he's a fucking 70s baby.
I was born in the 70s. The 90s is my era.
I know.
Like the 80s are yours.
Yeah. Okay. I could do the 90s too. Anyways, all right. And so you got to tune in next week, see if there's an update with the fucking baby reindeer chick. All right,
if I'm not here next week, you know some shit went down. I need y'all to come to. You got my apartment number. Come to my apartment.
It's just me like that.
Right.
All right, so let's do our plugs, Carlos. What do you got?
Tonight I'm actually getting ready to head to the LA Comedy Club to host the 8 p.m. show. Tomorrow I'm actually picking up. Jay Reed is out of town, so I'm gonna be hosting Comedy and Cocktails tomorrow. And
the 4th of July show.
4th of July show. 4th of July show. So
we've been trying to figure out if we're going to do anything. Maybe I'll see if they want to go to it. Maybe we'll come by.
And then Friday. Yeah, that shit. Hell yeah.
I don't know. And then Friday. Sorry, I interrupted you.
Friday and Saturday, I'm somewhere.
Okay.
We'll
figure it out.
parttimefamous.com.
So tomorrow, I guess I'll be in Jay Reed show. That's my college. No, my next book gig. So the 11th, July 11th, I will be in New York City at the Comedy Cellar. The 13th, I will be in Avenel, New Jersey at the Avenel Performing Arts Center. It's a theater. And then July 15th through the 21st, I'll be here in Vegas at the Comedy Cellar that whole week. You can go to bigirisj.com for tickets and dates. You can go to parttimefamous.com for Carlos's dates. And real quick, for the people in the chat, which do you like better as far as like the video, like this, or is it better if we're like this? I'm just curious because that's what I'll go with moving forward. I mean, if we have a third person, then we could still do it like this.
Sultry like this.
What'd you say?
I look sultry with you.
You look high like that. Zoomed out. Okay, we got one zoomed out. Wait, Sandy, zoomed in or zoomed out? Saying like that. Okay, smaller is zoomed out. Okay. Oh, Natasha says zoomed in. Fucking all right. What do you like, Carlos? You like it better this or this?
I think it's gonna be zoomed out. Honestly,
We got another zoomed in. Which is better, 1 or 2? 1 or 2? The eye doctor,
right?
Zoomed out. Victoria says I have a 75-inch TV. I remember when I had a little 75-inch TV. Too close. Carlos just got a 75-inch TV. All right. I'll have to go back and look at this. I'll see on this. Anyways, thanks everybody. Thanks for the crew coming and giving their input. Until next week, we're putting the love back in you, right? It's love in black and white. See you next week.